Welcome in, everyone, to Buffalo Wild Wings Arena here for an early one, 7:15 a.m. face-off for your Trenton Trojans taking on the Rochester Raptors. Raptors in the black and lime green, going to move left to right in the visitor bench to your left, and Trenton in the white, moving right to left. Trenton getting the final players out here. 12 minutes up on the scoreboard as we're set for the start of this one. Puck dropped, and Trenton to win it back. It's Scott. Scott now looking to move it forward, looking for Rudy. Puck, though, now long in front of the Trenton bench. Trojans will send it down the length of the ice. That'll go for an icing if it gets there, and it will. An early infraction, 11:42 to go here, first period. And that'll bring the faceoff down into the Trenton end to our right, as the players will skate back after that icing violation and get set for a faceoff to the right of the Trenton goal. 11:42 to go here in the early stages of this one, first period. Rochester with an offensive zone faceoff. Puck, though, won back by Glabe. Glabe to Rudy. Rudy has it in the far side corner. Though Rochester pressing forward here, looking for a wraparound. Save by Buds and a cover with 11:31 to go here, first period. As that one will be picked up out of the pads of Buds between the pipes. And it'll be another offensive zone face-off for the Raptors. Puck dropped. And Trenton able to win it back. It'll come into the near side corner. Trojans have it there, moving it out to neutral ice. That will go on an offside call as the Raptors had brought it back in. 11:21 to go here, first period, and a choppy start to this one, as both teams having some infractions and trying to get the flow of play going here early. Faceoff's going to come in front of us here, just outside the Trenton blue line. Atnod going to take it for Trenton. He's going to try and force his way forward. Puck comes along the near side. Boards Barrick defending there. Now Howe's into the play as well. Scrum now along the near side. Boards 11:10 to go here, first period. Howe's gets it out to neutral ice. Howe's now working down the near side. Boards. He's into the offensive zone, pressing forward. He'll wind up and take a shot. That'll go wide and into the far side corner. Raptors pick it up there. They'll skate behind their own net, and they'll come near side. Trenton heavy for checking pressure here. Barrick now into the play as well, trying to force Rochester to the far side boards, and they will. Zuba digs it towards the net, but it's intercepted there by the Raptors. They'll send it out to the point. Matthews holds it in. He'll set his shot in towards the net, and that'll just miss and go behind to the end boards. Patnod and Zuba heavy on the forecheck again. Matthews now going to race far side to pick that one up along the far side boards. Holds it in. Bouncing puck on the long shot. And puck off the end boards. Now Zuba, runs into Patnod as they have a collision that'll let Rochester try and break out. But puck out to the point. House has it, just can't hold it in. He'll send it back in. Trenton still on the delayed offside as they're into the zone too early. And puck will be along the near side boards. See if Rochester can get it out. No, Trenton will touch it with an even 10 minutes to go here in the first period. And that brings us a stoppage in play on the long delayed offside call. That'll bring the faceoff right outside the Rochester blue line. Puck dropped. Glabe able to win it back. Scott going to pick it up in front of the scorer's table. Bank it off the far side boards. Trenton will give chase. Rochester trying to clear the zone, and they will. Scott has it there. Now Rochester sends it deeper. That should be an icing call if the puck gets there. They're going to wave it off, though. Glabe back to get it. Now backhand pass. Looking for Lesko, but intercepted by Rochester. Puck in on towards the net, but that one wide. And now Rochester into the slot again. Knocked aside. Nice job by Rudy defensively. And the puck comes out to Monroe for Rochester. Now Lesko with a chance here. One man to beat. Lesko going far side in front of the Rochester bench. But Rochester cuts off the angle there. Lesko still moving it forward, though. Puck now out to the point for Howes. Howes tries to get a shot off, but instead banks it off the far side boards. Rochester now looking to break out. Now a chance and an offside call as Trenton had it banking around ankles there. 9:05 to go here, first period, and we are scoreless. Faceoff's going to come in front of our spot here, just outside the Rochester blue line. No, now make it in front of the Rochester bench, going to the far side. Patnod, and Zuba up front for Trenton. Puck dropped, and Trenton will send it deep into the Rochester zone. They'll give chase there. Puck now along the end boards. Trenton trying to hold it in the zone. Raptors trying to break out down the far side, but it's now knocked out, and Matthews will knock it right back in for the Trojans. Now Zuba with a chance to come away with the puck here. He's fighting for it along just inside the blue line. Now Rochester will send it out. No icing coming here, as that'll be a wobbling puck. And back to get it will be Scott. Scott along the near side boards. Both teams getting into a scrum there as it's loose along the boards. Now puck comes towards the slot, but nicely taken away there by Matthews. He'll bank it off the far side boards. That will go for an icing if it gets there, and will, as that one will come back down on the icing call. Thought it might have slowed up just enough to get the wave off, but it does not. 8:10 to go here, first period, and the faceoff will come to the right of the Trenton goal. Puck dropped. Rochester player loses a stick, and it's going to be Trenton trying to break out here. A chance. Glabe moving forward. Glabe working with Rudy. Puck comes near side. Now Howes tries to hold it in. No, can't. That'll be offside. Trenton back to tag up. Rochester back in their own zone. 7:50 to go here, first period. Now comes the forecheck from Trenton. Glabe trying to tie him up behind the net. And Rochester will bring it out near side. Glabe heavy on the forecheck now with Barrick. Rochester going far side, trying to get to the boards, but they'll circle back in their own zone. Now Rudy trying to get in on that one. Howes as well. Howes pokes it forward. Howes now has it along the blue line, banks it forward, looking for Rudy. Rudy taken down into the boards there. That's going to be a penalty call coming, as a Rochester player going to be sent away on this one. Rudy taken into the boards, and that will give us a break with 7:21 to go here in the first period. And faceoff will come in the offensive zone for Trenton. We'll take a quick break. Set now for the face-off. Trenton wins it. Gets it to Matthews. Matthews, long bouncing puck shot. Rebound chance in front. Glabe trying to dig it out. Shot and score! Matthews on the shot from the slot, and Glabe there for the rebound. Power play goal for Trenton. And that gives the Trojans a 1-0 lead with 7:14 to go here in the first period. Trenton pushing the pressure on there on the power play and taking the early 1-0 lead. Now here's a chance for Trenton off that center ice face-off. It's Matthews. Now moving far side, but it's knocked off his stick, and Rochester looking to make a move the other way. Lesko ties him up, though. And Matthews now in there with a bit of a push and shove, trying to get to that puck. Patnod working there as well. 3 Trojans down. Now a collision as Rochester tries to get in the offensive zone. Puck will come near side. Rochester now along the near side boards. Patnod back defensively there. Lesko in as well. Puck now along the near side boards for Rochester. It's intercepted there. And Matthews, now make that Patnod a chance to break out. Both Patnods out there right now. They're trying to work it near side. It'll be Matthews, though, that comes away with the puck. Oh, has it stuck in his feet, though. And now Scott trying to move forward. Puck bounces back to Matthews. Matthews down the far side board with speed. Matthews trying to move around all the defenders. He's into the offensive zone. Lets a shot go. That one just wide. And puck settles along the near side board. 6:08 to go here, first period. Puck now taken away by the Raptors. They'll move through neutral ice. Now a chance here. Matthews back, though. Collision with Patnaud. And puck will come loose into neutral ice. The Raptors now trying to move down the far side. Instead, it'll be Matthews. Matthews driving forward, but it's knocked to the other direction, and puck will come in and off the end boards. Bud's watching it from his goalie position there. Scott back to pick it up off the end boards and send it around far side. 5:34 to go here in the first period. Puck now along those far side boards. Patnaud looking to dig it out there, but Rochester able to hold it in. It'll be Matthews going back for that one. He'll send it around the boards, trying to get it out of the zone. Rochester player has it stuck in his feet, but then moves it towards the circle. Now backhand chance in front. That knocked away ahead by Scott. Now another chance for Rochester. Scott up to the task again there defensively, and puck goes to the far side boards. 5:05 remaining here in the first. Puck now turnover chance here for Patnaud. He's moving forward. Lucas Patnaud trying to move it into the offensive zone and does. Has Scott with him, but tied up just enough, and the puck comes out to neutral ice. Now Matthews sends it into the offensive zone. That play is clean. And 4:45 to go here first period. Puck along the end boards. Now it comes around near side. Scott able to hold it in there for Trenton, but now knocked back out to neutral ice. Matthews giving chase with 4:30 to go here in the first period. He'll get to the puck along the far side boards. Now he's going to circle behind his own net near side and move up the ice. He'll come near side. Rochester on the forecheck. Matthews tries to get it out but can't. Now Moses the other way. A collision with Matthews, and that's going to be a penalty call coming here, as it's going to be Matthews headed to the box on this one. We'll see what the call is. 4:13 to go here in the first period. Matthews, I think they're going to call it interference. Hard to see with the referees back to me, but nonetheless, a minute 30 to go here in the first period. A minute 30 of power play time with 4:13 to go here first period. Puck drop. Rochester trying to force it towards the net, but they cannot. Scott has it back along the end boards. Scott sends it around the boards. He'll be the first one to it again. He's run into. Labe trying to pick it up there and clears it out to neutral ice. Zuba now giving chase. Zuba running it down in the offensive zone, shorthanded. Puck now to Lucas Patnaud. Now back to Zuba. Zuba makes a move at the blue line, but it's knocked aside. Rochester sends it back to neutral ice. Patnaud moving forward. He'll send it down the near side boards. That'll go, though, on an offside call with 3:40 to go in the first period and 57 seconds of power play time remaining for Rochester. Howe's now going to take this face-off for Trenton. Normally plays back at a defensive position, but taking that face-off as the center there on this penalty kill unit. Patnaud back to get it along the far side boards. Now he'll move it forward. Now looking for Howes. Howes working with Rudy. Howes banks it off the far side boards. Now he's got a chance in. Howes in at the near side circle. Shot and score! Mason Howes gives Trenton a 2-0 lead on the shorthanded goal. And that will bring us to a stoppage here. Trenton leading 2-0. Now set for the face-off. Rochester still with 39 seconds of power play time available. Howes takes that face-off again. He's tripped up, but he's got backup from Patnaud. Now looking forward for Rudy. Rudy tries to backhand it into the offensive zone and does. Puck now, a chance here for Rochester. They'll chip it forward. Howes going to be up to the task there. He'll come near side. Banks it off the near side boards and out to neutral ice. Rochester regrouping there, but Howes happy to bank it off the near side boards again out of the defensive zone. 10 seconds left remaining on the Matthews penalty for Trenton. Howes trying to pass it forward, now looking for Rudy. No icing on this one, and now Trenton back at full strength. 2:40 to go here first period. Puck now around to the far side boards. Matthews holds it in there. Now Howes there as well. Matthews chipping it forward in front of the Rochester bench. Now Howes moves it forward. But Rochester able to get to the puck, and they'll bring it here near side. Missed pass, and the Trojans will be the first ones to it. Glabe has it there. Glabe happy to skate behind his own net. 2:15 to go here, first period. Banks it off the far side. Boards, here's a chance for Rudy. Rudy now into the clear. He's moving forward. One man there with him. Now Rudy into the offensive zone. Shot taken down into the post and no goal, as Rudy had a rough collision there as they got him just before he let that shot go. He's down, and the coaches will be out to attend to him. We'll take a break as Rudy, with a rough collision there, moving in on the net and collision into the post. We'll be back, give you an update on him in just a moment. Good to see Rudy back to his feet, as moving back towards the bench. Say just a little shaken up on that one. Hopefully we'll see as he gets a discussion with the coaching staff there. They'll check him out, and we'll have an offensive zone faceoff for Trenton deep in the Rochester zone. To the left of the Rochester goal, Glabe able to win it back. Long shot by Matthews. That knocked aside before it made to the net. 2 minutes to go here, first period. Puck now along the near side boards. Puck now in the near side corner. Rochester comes away with it. Now into the slot. Matthews has it, trying to hold it at the point, and does. Now off the end boards. Rochester will pick it up and send it near side. Puck now at the near side boards for Rochester. Matthews trying to hold it in there. He's not able to keep it in there, and puck out to neutral ice. Matthews, though, picks it up, makes a move. He's going far side, but it's taken off of his stick. And Rochester will send it back near side. 1:15 to go here, first period. Now centering there as it was Rochester sending it through the slot in their own zone. Patnod now has it, looking in front. No help there, though. Now Trenton in on it with Scott. Scott chips it forward backhanded. Now Rochester with it, flowing through feet to the near side boards. 50 seconds to go here, first period. Rochester tied up in their own zone. Howes now has it along the far side boards. Howes now takes a step forward, just trying to keep it on his stick. He can't. Now it's going to be Matthews. Matthews goes backhand, tries to send it towards the slot, but it was knocked aside. Now he'll be on the forehand, chipping it forward. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Howes, backhand lift. That one up into somebody's helmet, and Lesko first one on it. Puck now into the corner there. Howes taken into the corner awkwardly. 20 seconds to go here in the period. Puck now around near side boards. Rochester trying to get it out. Whoa, big collision with Matthews there as they were both going for the puck. Rochester player down, and that'll bring us a whistle with 8.6 seconds to go here, as we'll take a break as the Rochester player attended to just a big collision with both of them going for the puck. We're going to pan away from that just as he gets some attention, and we'll be back in just a moment. I'm glad to see on that one more for Rochester back up on his feet. Maybe just some speculation that he had the wind knocked out of him there, as it was just a big collision as they both were going for the puck. I don't think any bad intentions on either side's part. Just a rough collision as they were both going in for that one. 8.6 seconds to go here in the first period. Trenton able to win the faceoff over near side. 4 seconds to go in the period. 2-1, and that will bring us to the end of the first period. Trenton with the 2-0 lead. We'll take a break and get set for the start of the second period. Set now for the start of this second period. 12 minutes up on the clock. Trenton now moving left to right, wearing the white, as it'll be Howes moving it forward for the Trojans. Matthews now a chance to be the first one to this loose puck here near side. Matthews sends one in on goal. Bouncing puck, rebound chance for Zuba. Zuba chips it up and in. Cash Zuba, I think, or perhaps Howes didn't see who the first one to it to get the stick on that one. But in either way, it's now a 3-0 lead for the Trojans with 11:39 to go here in the second period. Trenton now on the attack again. It's Howes. Oh, an offside call. Zuba just a hair ahead there. 11:33 to go here, second period. And Trenton with a 3-0 lead. Faceoff's going to come just outside the blue line. House to take it, wins it back to Patnaud. Patnaud moving towards the far side boards. Now has Zuba in there as well. They'll push it forward, but puck taken away by the Raptors. They'll move near side. It's Matthews giving chase. Raptors with a chance here offensively. They're in. Shot. Nice save, Gordy Miles. As Trenton had made the switches they have throughout the periods here. Gordy in the net now. Gordy Miles, 34 for Trenton. And tested early with a big stick save. 11:05 to go here, second period. Puck now out to the point for Miller for Rochester. Matthews now banks it back along the near side boards, and look out, here comes Howes. Howes with a burst of speed, now to the near side circle. In on goal, shot, score! Mason Howes. As that makes it a 4-0 lead for the Trojans with 10:50 to go here in the second period. Both teams getting ready to line up back at center ice. Trenton continuing the momentum from earlier in the first period. Both teams getting lined up for this face-off. Puck dropped, and we are back underway. Rochester has that puck, trying to send it forward into the Trenton zone, but Patnaud able to knock it away there. Scott helping out as well. Now Rochester sends it deep into the Trenton zone, as the Trojans will be back to chase it down there, and it'll come near side. Puck around the boards. Rochester able to hold it there. They'll get a shot in towards the net. That goes wide and will settle into the far side corner. Rochester holding it there. Rudy putting pressure on. Glade lurking there as well. Matthews working it in the corner also. 10-10 to go here, second period. Puck now loose along the end boards. Ooh, collision there, as that one going to be touched by Trenton, and that's going to send Glade to the box, as he had taken a Rochester player into the boards. 10:06 to go here, second period, and Rochester will get an offensive zone face-off with a chance at 1:30 of power play time. Puck drop. Trenton able to get it near side. Matthews falls down, though. Now chance rolling puck under Gordy Miles, but he doesn't know it. It was under his arm. Didn't have it covered, and puck now loose to the far side boards. House trying to dig it out there. Zuba fighting for it too, but he'll lose an edge. Matthews now in to help out. 1:10 to go in power play time for Rochester. Matthews has it along the near side board, sends it out to the point. Zuba loses an edge there. Howes trying to dig it out and cannot. Rochester back into the offensive zone. Rochester now trying to center. Great job there by Howes to not let that pass come through. Puck now along the near side boards for Zuba. Zuba makes a move. He's taken down. And puck trickles out to neutral ice. Rochester backhand one forward. They're going to call that onside as it was just rolling along into the zone. Now Rochester trying to move towards the net. 30 seconds remaining on the Glade penalty. Zuba, Scott, and Howes working it defensively there in the far side corner. One Rochester player taking on three Trojans. Now gets some help in. Now out to the point for Rochester. Wind up shot. That doesn't make its way through, but Rochester will have another chance here into the slot. Shot. Nice job by Matthews to knock it away. Puck now near side. Along the near side boards. Hard to see down there in the corner for you from our camera spot here. But puck now out to neutral ice, and here's a chance for Howes and Zuba. Rochester, though, gets it back the other way. Trenton now back at full strength. Puck now along the near side boards. It'll be sent deep into the zone, and that will be an icing call as Trenton hadn't made it to the red line. 8:26 to go here, second period, and that'll bring the faceoff back into the Trenton zone. Faceoff to the left of the Trenton, right of the Trenton goal. Gordy Miles there. Faceoff dropped. Rochester gets it to the slot. Nice one-timer, but missing the net. And Lucas Patnod back to pick that one up in his own zone. Now he's pressured in the far side corner. He'll send it forward looking for Rudy. Rudy working with Glabe there. Rudy has it. Tried to clear the zone, but he can't. Now to be coming free to Matthews here. Matthews along the near side boards. Banks it forward for Glabe. Glabe giving chase there. And puck will be down for an icing call with 7:59 to go here, second period. Trenton trying to stretch that long pass. And the determination that one was icing will move us all the way back into the Trenton zone once again. 7:59 to go here, second period. Glabe now set to take the face-off inside his own defensive zone. Watch for the Raptors to try and make that a one-timer off the face-off again. Puck dropped. Andy's trying to get it to the slot, but can't. Comes out to the point for Rochester. And now Matthews able to get it out there. Matthews forward for Glabe. Glabe with a burst of speed down the near side. He's at the near side circle. Lets a shot go, but that knocked aside, and it's off the end boards. Rochester player into the boards awkwardly after that play as he had fallen down giving chase. 7:37 to go here, second period. Puck deep behind the Rochester net. Now comes around near side. Rochester player down there. Glabe trying to get to the puck. Everyone sort of standing as the Rochester player down. Now back up. And puck out to the point for Matthews. Matthews goes, takes a step in. It's off his puck, off his stick, I should say, and Rochester looking to make a break. Matthews appears to have that angle cut down and does. It'll be sent deep into the Trenton zone, though, now off the end boards. Banked around near side. Trojans trying to dig it out of the near side corner. Rochester has it up to the point, but it's intercepted there, and here comes a chance moving forward for the Trojans. Couldn't connect on that pass, though, but it will be Patnod following it up and moving into the offensive zone. Now to Matthews. Now over to the near side point. Matthews lets a shot go. Rolling puck just wide of the goal mouth, and it'll go to the far side. Now Howes lets a shot go. That one doesn't find its way through. Puck comes to the far side boards. Barrick trying to hold it in there and does. They're trying to go for a line change and just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Now he's taken down along the bench right in front of the Trenton bench. Scrum there. Players all down. Scott tries to come away with it. And puck now still rolling. It'll come to Lucas Patnod. Patnod sends it into the offensive zone. 6:10 to go here, second period. As now the puck still floating along that blue line. Trenton trying to get it into the offensive zone, and even 6 minutes to go here now. Big scrum in front of the Trenton bench. Pushing, shoving, and now Rochester comes away with it, but nice job by Patnaud to take away the angle. Comes near side, collision there as players down. Howe's now trying to chip it forward. It's on the stick of Lucas Patnaud, but it's past him now, and Rochester winds up and unfortunately whiffs on that shot. Puck now off the end boards. Patnaud now trying to move it forward, and a whistle as we're going to have a too many men on the ice penalty here on Rochester. The Rochester fans not pleased with that one, but think they might have had one or two extras out there on that one trying to work that line change, and that'll bring a power play opportunity for Trenton and the face-off into the offensive zone for the Trojans. 5:31 to go here, second period, 1:30 of power play time on the clock for the Trojans. It's going to be Howes, Lesko, Patnaud, Matthews, and I believe that's Scott. I'll confirm that when we see a turn here. Indeed it is. As now a chance here for Scott walking in, trying a backhand chance. Can't connect there, though. And puck will come along the near side boards. It comes to Howes. Howes moving towards the slot. Lets a shot go. That one went wide to the far side boards now. Howes holds it in there, working with Mason Patnaud. And now the puck still tied up there along the far side boards. 1 minute of power play time remaining. It's in feet, now comes loose. Rochester will clear it out to neutral ice, and it'll be Scott to give chase there for the Trojans. He'll come near side. Banks it off the near side boards, and Matthews trying to fight it forward into the offensive zone. But now comes on the stick of Howes. Howes now, Mason Patnaud trying to move it forward there. As it's still in the Rochester zone, but now they clear it out. Puck is in front of the Trenton bench. As you can see the Trenton coaches trying to tell them to give some space as everybody was all scrummed up in there. 4:20 to go here in the second period. Puck now comes loose. It's Howes moving forward, knocked off his stick though, brought back in, and that'll be an offside call with 4:11 to go here in the second period and 10 seconds remaining on the Trenton power play opportunity. Glaive to take the face off. It'll be one back into the Rochester zone. Trenton giving chase there. Glaive with a stick on it along the far side boards. Now Rochester gets it back out to neutral ice. That'll be an offside call just as Rochester back at full strength. 3:57 to go here in the second period, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off following that offside call. Face-off will be in front of the Trenton bench. Puck dropped, and it's won back by Rochester. They'll bank it off the far side boards. Held in there, though, by Lucas Patnaud, and puck comes around the boards. Now along the end boards. Chance here along the far side boards. Matthews going to need to hold it in there. Backhand, and does. Puck now trickles towards the end boards deep in the Rochester zone. Puck bouncing along to the near side. Rochester not able to get a good stick on that one. Zuba in there on the forecheck. Puck now floating along the blue line, and Glaive will send it forward. Now off the end boards. Chance here for Glaive. Glaive has it along the end boards. Rochester comes away with it, though. Rochester trying to skate it out of the zone. Zuba puts a stop to that. Rochester now trying to get past Matthews. They can't, but Barrick has to circle back in his own zone. Now pass forward for Zuba. He was offside. And with 2:58 to go here in the second period, the delayed offsides catches Trenton, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 2:58 to go here in the second period. Off the faceoff now, Rochester sends it deep into the Trenton zone. That'll go on an offside call. 2:50 to go here, second period. That'll bring the face-off back into the Rochester zone. We'll take a quick break. Puck dropped. It comes near side. Rudy now has it for Trenton. He'll move towards the far side boards, tries to drag it into the zone, does. Now pass for Howes. Howes trying to walk it forward, but he cannot, and it's turned back the other way by Rochester. Now Trenton into the offensive zone. That one whistled on the offside. A bit of a delay on that call, as I think the two officials gave each other the look to say, was it or wasn't it? And I think made the right call there. 2:28 to go here, second period. Trenton in on the offside call. Puck drop now. Howes wins it back for Patnaud. Patnaud banks it off the far side. Boards. Now a chance here for Howes to hold it in. He does. Now comes to Rudy. Rudy at the far side circle. Makes a move at the dot. Walks in shot. Oh, just wide to the near side post. Just missing, and it comes near side. Puck along the near side boards. Now Barrick in front lets a shot go. That one misses on the near side. And puck to the far side boards. Howes giving chase there. Tried to backhand one towards the slot. Now he gets it through. Lesko there trying to make a turn. Goaltender tried to poke check. And it comes to Scott at the point. Scott now. It knocks aside. Rudy and Howes both going for it there. Rudy now has it behind the net. He'll come near side. Tries to bank it towards the slot, but can't. Puck now along the near side. Boards and a chance for the Raptors to move out here. King sends a long one in towards the net. That one fallen on and covered by Gordy Miles. 1:25 to go here, second period. And Trenton with a 4-0 lead. Both teams will make a line change after a long shift. And we'll have the face-off to the right of the Trenton goal. Puck dropped. Comes near side. Rochester trying to get it towards the goal mouth, but that one well wide off the end boards and now into the far side corner. Glabe fighting for it there. Mason Patnaud in there as well. It's going to be Scott to come away with the puck, and he'll skate behind his own net, come near side, then stop, circle, and go back far side. Pass forward looking for Patnaud, but intercepted by Rochester. Now here comes Matthews and Glabe both in for this one. Puck along the near side boards. Rochester has it. Top of the near side circle, but Trenton able to take it away there. Puck out to neutral ice, and it's going to be Glabe giving chase here, trying to work past Miller for Rochester. Miller able to just dump it in the near side corner with 37 seconds to go in this period. Glabe now behind the net, sending it towards the slot, but couldn't get a good pass in there. Rochester going the other way with 28 seconds to go in the period. Rochester, though, tied up in neutral ice. Puck now along the red line, and it's going to be Trenton trying to force it forward there. Here's Glabe. Glabe makes a move. Oh, just overskates it. But now players back in to help out, and Matthews holds it in at the point. Backhand pass forward for Glabe. Glabe winds up a shot that knocked aside. 5 seconds to go in the period. Rochester knocks it back out to neutral ice, and that will bring us to the end of the second period. Trenton with a 4-0 lead, and we will be back for the start of the third period, that one with 15 minutes up on the clock. now set for the face-off here. Trenton now a chance in for Rochester backhand. That one knocked aside by Buds and off the end boards. Rochester now moving left to right in the black. Trenton moving right to left in the white. Trenton out to a 4-0 lead, and everybody giving chase here to a loose puck down into the Rochester zone. Puck knocked back out to neutral ice. Trenton has to get onside. They'll send it in, and now clear on the delayed offside. It'll be Rudy moving forward now. Rudy trying to get in the offensive zone, but he is offside, and so Howes circles back. Zuba now out of the zone. Howes chipping it forward, and Rochester back to pick it up in their own zone. Raptors now move it near side, bank it off the near side boards. Rudy going to hold it there for Trenton. Now to Lucas Patnaud at the point. He moves it forward looking for Zuba. Now comes away to Rudy. Rudy trying to center it. Here's a chance for Howes chipping it towards the net. He can't get there. Howes, though, still on his feet. He'll let a shot go now. Chance for Rudy to pick up that rebound. He'll wind up and now turn to Zuba. Zuba tries to hold on to it, and Rochester comes away with it. Rochester trying to skate it out towards neutral ice, but intercepted by Howes. Howes will send it back. Zuba touches up, and puck now off the far side boards. Rochester now in. They'll be offside unless they get back, and they touch up there. They call it. And now Trenton has the puck near side. Matthews moving forward with speed down the near side boards. He's taken out. Zuba now with it. Forward for Howes. Howes makes a move at the blue line. They're in the clear. Howes in. Shot. Whoa, just up and over the net. A lot of speed on that one. Rochester player collision with his own goalie. Now Howes in. Shot. Another save by the goaltender. Zuba now follows up. Rolling puck. And it'll come out to the far side point for Matthews. Matthews on his stick. Lets a shot go. That doesn't come through, but chance on the rebound for Howes. Howes in on the net. Rudy now fighting for it as well. And covered by the Rochester goaltender with 12:56 to go here in the third period. Faceoff will come to the right of the Rochester net. Glabe going to take that faceoff for the Trojans. Puck dropped. Patnaud on it, but can't get a clean shot off. Now Lesko trying to push it forward. Now puck out to the point. That will go down, and it'll be a race for the puck here towards the Trenton net. And it'll fall in on Buds, and he will safely cover that as the Rochester pressure was coming. 12:42 to go here, third period. In Rochester will have an offensive zone faceoff. Puck dropped. Glabe able to control that one, but now Rochester a chance to get to a loose puck. That one nicely taken away by Scott. And puck now along the far side boards. Rochester chance into the slot, shot, and that one just wide. Puck now comes near side. Rochester putting on some of their best pressure of the day so far. Puck out to the near side point. Scott able to knock it forward. Now here comes Glabe. Glabe with speed into the offensive zone. He's away, in, winds up, drag, shot, and a save by the Rochester goaltender. Glabe likes that move to try and drag it to the far side post, and the goalie had just enough of an angle on that one this time around. 12 minutes to go, third period. Lucas Patnaud with it, but it's taken off of his stick. Now Rochester sends one weakly towards the Trenton goal, and Scott clears it back out. Glabe now on the offensive pressure here, trying to move forward for another offensive zone chance. It's knocked aside, though, and it'll be Mason Patnaud picking it up here near side. He'll bank it off the near side boards. Now forward for Glabe. Glabe now trying to keep it on his stick. Has it. He's in. Shot. Score. Oh, no, off the post. And now poked. No goal. No goal. Certainly looked like it was headed for that far side post. And Rochester up to the task defensively there to keep this a 4-0 lead. Rochester goalie doing a couple of laps down there after that set of saves. As Trenton sending out a new unit here, it'll be Howes to take the faceoff with 11:28 remaining here in the third period. Puck now won by Rochester. Back into the near side corner. Raptors trying to clear it out there. Barrett giving heavy pressure now into the slot for Scott. Scott, chance to move it towards Rudy. Rudy trying to backhand, but can't get that one off, and it'll go far side. Scott holds it in there. Rochester forced back. They'll bank it off the far side boards. Now they're moving forward. Possible 2-on-1, but Trenton hurrying back defensively, and a very nice back check there by Scott to take control of that one. Banks it off the far side boards. Rochester now trying to move it forward, but here's a chance for Howes. Howes now into the clear offensively. Between the circles, wind up shot. That one misses on the near side. Howes now chases it down into the near side corner. Rochester player on top of the puck. Whoa! Chance for Rudy to clean that rebounding, bouncing puck up, but couldn't get a stick on it. He'll now have it along the far side boards. Push it towards the slot, but Rochester moves it right back the other way. Scott banks it for Rudy. Rudy along the far side boards, pushing there, trying to create some space, and now a chance for the puck to come into the slot, but Rochester will be up to the task and be the first ones to it. Trenton, though, again, takes it away. Scott falling down, trying to shoot, and here's a chance now for Rochester. Race to the puck near side. It's going to be Matthews and Howes back there. Rochester will send it forward, but no chance on net there, and even 10 minutes to go in this one. Puck now comes around near side. Trenton banks it off the near side boards. Rochester able to hold it in, but a chance for Howes to get it back out. He can't, but Rochester just going to dump it into the far side corner. Matthews will pick it up there, send it on a long pass for Barrick down the far side boards. That doesn't connect, and Rochester go the other way with some speed. Rochester, one man to beat. He's in, going backhand, but Scott back there defensively and does just enough to tie that one up. Puck now along the near side boards. It'll come out to neutral ice, and the puck now down the ice as it'll be picked up by Rochester in their own zone. Rochester trying to move it forward past Matthews and Scott. Rochester still on it into the offensive zone, but Scott takes it away. He's working forward with Rudy. Scott now with speed through neutral ice, now into the offensive zone. He's on the forehand, winds up, shot. Stick saved by the Rochester goaltender, and it goes into the far side corner. Now out to the point for Matthews. Matthews lets a shot go, bouncing puck. Rudy looking for it. Now Zuba on it. Zuba looking for Rudy in front, but they don't connect. 8:45 to go here, third period. Puck now around near side. Here's a chance for Zuba into the slot. He'll lose an edge, and the puck goes to the far side boards. Rochester first ones to it. They're going to send it down the length of the ice, and that will go for an icing call with 8:32 to go here, third period. That'll bring the face-off down into the Rochester zone. 8:32 to go here, third period, as it'll come to the left of the Rochester goaltender, who I'll just say, as you know, Bud's Broadcasting likes to watch the goaltenders, some very stoic back there, some very active. An active goaltender back there for Rochester trying to keep himself busy. Matthews now, puck in, rolling puck, jumped on by the goaltender, and a whistle as the Trenton forwards converge. 8:26 to go here, third period, and a stoppage with another offensive zone faceoff for the Trojans. It's going to be Glabe to take the faceoff for Trenton. He'll win it towards the slot for Zuba. Backhand chance towards net. He's taken down, rolling puck, no whistle yet. Rochester digs it out and moves towards the far side boards. They're going to try and get it out along the far side boards, but a collision there. Another scrum along the boards as both teams pushing and shoving for that one. Puck will swivel towards the goal mouth, but not make it. Now out over to the far side point. Matthews sends it around the boards. It's along the end boards. Barrick fighting for it there. Just now under 8 minutes to go in this game. Rochester will break it out. They're trying to come near side. They'll stop, though, and that gives just enough time for Glabe to get in there. Rochester now, though, an outlet pass through neutral ice, and Rochester tries to move it down the far side boards. They're quickly tied up here, though, as coming away with the puck are the Trojans. They'll send it near side. Zuba giving chase there. Collision along the near side boards. Zuba working in the red helmet here right along our camera position. Both teams pushing and fighting for the puck again. Another scrum here involving at least 5 players, but it's going to be Glabe that comes away with it. Glabe through neutral ice, now moving to the far side circle, winds up, shot, and score! Glabe with another one for Trenton, And that'll give the Trojans a 5-0 lead with 7:09 remaining here in the third period. Off the face-off, Rochester trying to move it forward into the offensive zone. That an offside call with 6:37 to go in this one, and the clock running. As it's a 5-0 lead for Trenton, that'll result in the running clock. 6:26 to go here, third period and counting. Face-off after the offside call will come just outside the Trenton blue line. Rochester trying to move it into the offensive zone. They can't. Scott able to go to the backhand and take it away. Scott now moving down the far side board. Zuba able to hold it in there. Now for Rudy. Rudy, though, loses off his stick, and it's knocked back out to neutral ice. Patnod now moving forward. Zuba offside, a step ahead there with 5:58 and counting to go in this one. That'll bring us a face-off in neutral ice just outside the Rochester blue line. Rudy to take the face-off for Trenton. Rochester making a bit of a slow line change here. Puck dropped, and it'll come to Scott for Trenton. It jumps his stick, though, and a chance in here for King for Rochester. King winds up, shot, saved by Buds, and a cover as he's got it between the pads. Looked behind him, always a scary thought for goalie dad there. But Walter up to the task with 5:16 to go here in the third period. Both teams making a line change. This puck will get dropped somewhere around the 5-minute mark. Face-off dropped and it just settles there between the two players. Now comes near side for Mason Patnod. Rochester trying to get it towards the goal, but they're not able to do it. As Scott up to the task defensively. Now a long one in here. That'll go wide of the net. And Bud's able to just get a stick on it as it went by, slow it down, and Trenton will send it out to the far side boards. Howe's working there. Rochester player falls down. Long shot in from the point. Rolling puck. 4:30 to go in this one, and puck along the end boards. Lucas Patnod fighting for it there. Rochester trying to get it to the goal mouth. Lesko, though, knocks it over to the far side boards where Howes will give chase. Now followed up by Lesko. Lesko moving forward, now across his own blue line. Now across the red line, trying to pass it forward, gets it to Howes. Howes banks it off the far side boards and Trenton into the offensive zone. Rochester banks it back out to neutral ice. 4 minutes to go in this one. Matthews will send it deep, and Trenton will give chase. 3:55 to go in this one. Rochester now tied up in the far side corner. It'll be Patnod coming away with it. Tries to make a move towards the goal mouth, but instead comes to the near side boards. Glabe trying to hold it in there. He's playing from a defensive position now. Trenton shaking it up with the assignments here in this game. Penalty call coming on this one. As Trenton going to get a penalty call. Rochester has the puck back in their own zone, though. They'll bank it off the near side boards. It'll be touched by Glabe. No, not a penalty. It was just a delayed offside. Wondered on that collision. Seemed like it would not have been a cause for a penalty, but I saw the hand up and missed. It was the delayed offside. 3:10 to go here now in this third period. Puck along the far side boards. Trenton able to chip it forward. Now here's a chance for Rochester. Rochester down the far side boards, but not enough speed to get past Howes there. Trenton will send it back into the Rochester zone with 2:55 to go in this third period. Puck now around to the far side boards. Trenton holding it there. Howes working with Lesko, but Rochester comes away with it. 2:40 to go here in this game. Matthews able to hold it there. Trenton needs to get back and touched up. They will, and now clear with 2:30 to go in this third period. Now Lesko trying to hold it along the far side boards. Matthews doing the same from the point. They will chip it forward. Now Lesko has it. Lesko at the far side circle sends one in front for Howes. No shot coming there, and puck goes to the far side boards. Rochester trying to send a long pass forward. They will. One-on-one chance here for Rochester. Rochester in, long shot, saved and knocked aside by Buds with 2:05 to go here in the third period. Puck now along those far side boards, looking for Zuba on the outlet pass. They will. That'll go in on an offside, but they're not going to call that one here. Puck now out to neutral ice, and it's Glabe moving forward. Glabe down the far side boards, in with speed. He'll let a shot go, saved by the goaltender. Loose puck, and Glabe on it again. Now Zuba tries a diving shot. Matthews now with a shot as well. That one wide with 1:36 to go here, third period. Puck now into the slot. Rochester tries to clear it away, but it's held in by Glabe. Glabe for Howes. Howes takes a step in, shot, rolling puck, and covered by the Rochester goaltender. With 1:20 to go here, third period, both teams will take a line change, and that'll be an offensive zone faceoff for Trenton. Running clock here, so we're now under 1:10 to go in this one. Puck will get dropped right around 1 minute to go in this period, which is the final period. 1 minute to go in this game. Puck now along the near side boards. Scott trying to push it forward, looking for Zuba. Now back to Scott. Scott into the slot. Now goes backhand, forehand, and push to the end boards. 45 seconds to go in this one. Rochester trying to dig it out of the defensive zone. They're tied up along the far side circle. Rochester now has it along the far side boards. 34 seconds to go in this one. Puck now comes near side boards for Trenton. Scott has it there. 27 seconds to go. Puck now along the near side boards. Rochester trying to move it through neutral ice. They will. A stop here, but Rudy back defensively, as is Zuba. 15 seconds to go in this one. Puck now, Rochester trying to chip it forward. 10 seconds to go. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds to go now. Rochester trying to move it forward along the near side boards. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that will bring a victory for Trenton. They'll mob around their goaltender, Walter Buds, as a donut up on the scoreboard in the tandem effort between Walter and Gordy Miles. He'll be in on the pile as well. Team celebrates around, and I feel pretty confident in saying that should move the Trojans into the championship game. We'll put an update in the team chat as they will uncover themselves and unpile themselves. We'll bring you the handshake line, and we'll call that a wrap on this broadcast. We'll see you this afternoon for a championship game.